Hustle culture, man.
Oh yeah, but it had asked like hustle culture.
Hey,
Got it right.
you did.
Is it toxic or is it necessary to succeed today?
That's
Hustle
deep.
culture.
That's deep. I think initial thoughts. It is toxic, but I think it's toxic. It can be toxic in a good way, right? You know what I mean? But where it can be negative is when you have external factors involved, i.e., family relationship. If you have
what makes it toxic.
if you have a what?
When you have those things involved?
Yeah, because you got to think, man. When you're hustling, like you're focused on that,
Shit.
right? And a lot of times when you have those other factors, you still got to make time for that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or even and put that to the side for a second. Having a main job, and then you're chasing a dream.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, how do you balance that? So yeah, it could become toxic because even though the job or the career that's paying you and probably paying you well,
Right.
you know what I mean? You're grinding for something else.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Like toxic, it does make it sound a little worse than what it is.
Right.
But I think it could be toxic because, like I said, man, like you get so tunnel vision in what you're trying to accomplish that sometimes the other things that matter get pushed to the wayside.
Okay. And I think the way you ended that was how I was thinking of it when you said toxic. But when we talk about is it necessary to succeed today, I think it's very important. I think the mentality of a hustle culture.
Hey, we're gonna get through it.
Hey, that's
I'm with you. I ain't gonna stop you.
But yeah, a hustle culture is necessary when it comes to it's crazy because I was just having a conversation with one of my friends about, I think maybe their younger sibling and how they were getting ready to go to college, either that or getting ready to graduate college, one of the two, getting ready to or getting ready to leave. But it was like when me and him went to school, it was like, hey, have fun, obviously focus on the books, but have a good time, get the full experience. And then, me like now, years later after the fact, I'm thinking like, yo, I should have been like doing some like more of this, more of that, maybe more in clubs, more in this. Like, granted, I joined a fraternity and things like that, but I'm like, there could have been other ways to integrate myself or maybe prepare myself, for life after school.
Man, but in life, man, hindsight is always 20/20.
Absolutely.
And that's the part, man. Like, and in your case, like, it's easy to say, yo, what I could have did, what I should have did,
Right.
and what I would have did.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I still have that to this day.
No, a fact.
with a decision I made last week.
Look, literally.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so it's hindsight is always 20/20. But in terms of the question that you had asked though, in terms of like, hey, is it necessary?
Yeah.
It's definitely necessary because, and again, involving the people in the stuff around you, right? Everybody can't come with you.
Hey, no.
Everybody can't come with you. In most cases, if I can, I'll extend the invite.
Right.
You know what I mean? But everybody can't come with you. So sometimes, and if they make you feel like shit for that, then I'm not gonna say I'm just gonna discard you.
Right.
But now I'm definitely evaluating the relationship that we got.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. You gotta find that balance for sure.
Yeah, and then the biggest thing with that is just like, I don't think there's truly like a time limit, when it comes to a culture of such. Unless like, I don't know, whatever sky's the limit for that individual. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that question of what does success look like to you? It's different for everybody. And then when you reach that level of success and what that looks like to you, it's just like, maybe then it starts to die down a little bit, that hustle culture, right? Everything that you were doing, grinding, sleepless nights, many of hours, research even, learning, to get to where you are today, to where maybe you're able to work a little less.
Does it truly stop, you think, though? Because I don't think it. I don't think it stops.
I think it's
because because you could ask somebody, anybody, but hey, what amount of money would make you just sit down? And your number could be X. Your number could be 10 mil, 50 mil, 100 mil, whatever. But when you get that, most people, I would hope, would be like, hey, how do I multiply this? How do I continue to grow this? Or how do I continue to stay where I'm at to where I don't have to worry about things?
Right.
And that's where I'm saying the hustle probably doesn't stop sometimes.
And that would be an expectation. But
Yeah.
I think, and granted, right, we can't talk for everybody. But for some people that I do think exist would be like, I probably could throw a number out and I could make that work. Now, right, we see it if we're talking about hustle culture where you're doing maybe some of the worst things to get money or to be paid. And then you make it to a level of success, and then you're still doing the things that, maybe you don't have no business, like, just the illegal things, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just like, try and learn to flip it, what I'm saying, using investing or, into houses or to, just other lucrative ways, so where you're not having to do that.
Be as hands-on.
Right. As much, and you're able to kind of settle down and relax, from what you're doing, so that, it doesn't stop at some point.
Yeah.
But I think there's a comfortable number, that I think we as people probably could live with and be just happy. But I think that ties all into living within your means. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how
but now that we're kind of spelling it out, though, it does make me think, like, when is enough? You know what I mean? Yeah. And is that like a compromise that, those around you should be willing to make? Or is that a compromise that you should be willing to make? Like, hey, like, yes, I'm committed to the grind, but like, I gotta be able to, like, taking leave from work.
Yeah.
Can I turn my phone off while I'm gone?
Yeah.
We know what the right answer is, but could you really do it?
Literally.
Because any other time you're going to answer the phone, because that's just who you are.
Right.
If there's an opportunity to make money or to, put yourself in certain spaces, to level up, are you going to decline that because of work-life balance?
Right.
And
it's truly like, can I help?
Yeah.
Because it's just like you said, like, can I turn my phone off? It's like, granted, I'm probably not going to turn my phone off. But, I would hope that if I'm taking leave for an extended period of time or however long I'm going to be away from work, like, I told somebody, hey, this is where I'm at with these things, so that you can cover down on them or, kind of keep a pulse on it. And if you really need me, feel free to hit me up. But if it's nothing that I can't do from where I'm at, then it will have to wait. Because it's like you said, it's the balance of, hey, when I am taking this time, I'm probably doing spending time with family, my daughter, or some close friends, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, hey, during this time, I do want to give them my attention at this very moment.
And that's where I think too, where, it can be a good thing, but you just got to figure that out. And it changes day to day. Like, what may work this month may not work next month. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but nah, I think hustle culture is good. I think we're in a space where it's extremely, like, prevalent. You know what I mean? Like, and try to stick with me. Like, let's use Kai Cenat for an example.
Right.
With the Mafia-thon.
Yeah.
Bro, so I don't think people realize what all went into that. You know what I mean? Because you just log on to TikTok, you see the clips, or like, even if you tap into Twitch and watch the streams.
Right.
But bro, to stream continuously,
literally,
until you hit 1 million subs or till you hit your goal. Mm-hmm. And I think it was 1 million subs. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think it was like 1 million.
But bro, like, and for those that was, because I only saw the clips, but with that, you saw over time on the road to that goal where, like, he had fallen outs with people in the group because they weren't as committed as him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Haven't had those conversations.
Hey, and this is IRL.
Yeah.
This is in real time. You can't clip this out.
At all.
It's out there.
Yeah.
So it's like, and in Kai's mind, he's like, yo, look, hey, I told y'all this is what I'm trying to do. Mm-hmm. I gave y'all an opportunity. Y'all said y'all want to do it.
Right.
So this is what that looks like. And if there's ever a moment where you're not up to par, bro, what we doing? You ain't got to be here
at all.
And respectfully, I don't need you.
Look, been doing this. I brought you here.
I was already up when you came on and going back to everybody can't come along.
No.
So it's and that's, I think, now that I'm thinking, that's a great example because, man, like the pieces that he put together to make that happen,
planning, and like you said, in real time. So it's like he's even planning people to come while he's still streaming, like spinning the wheel, it lands on a person.
Yeah.
Hey, we're flying this person out. Let's see when they can get here.
Yeah.
And it's all happening in real time. But
from family to fans to celebrities to, bro.
real time focus, planning, effort, and it definitely takes a certain level of like motivation behind that.
And think about and two people that stuck out to me too. I don't know, maybe you've seen them too, but the drummer guy, the Office drummer,
Yeah.
and then the guy that was doing like the NPC stuff, the Miles
yeah,
Morales.
yeah,
I don't know his actual name, so I'm sorry for that. But like, yo, they were in the grind.
Oh yeah,
They were in the grind. I'm talking about when the few hours that Kai and them were able to sleep, they had to be up.
Yeah, they pull in the night shift,
carrying the show. The
Night
night shift, man. The night. Hey, let me tell y'all something. The night shift don't get enough credit, man. That motherfucking 9 to like 4 a.m.
Come on.
Let me tell you something.
Watching, waiting to play the drums.
Let me tell you something. And like, and he was just improvising.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it, like all that stuff was improv.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sure there's a few ideas, right? You just don't come to the show empty handed.
Yeah, but it's like,
okay, I could probably do this or do that. Everything else is like off the hip.
Yes. And what I wanted to further elaborate on specifically with the Office drummer, like he was leaving there and he had to go home because he had a wife.
Yep.
He had a wife. Yeah. And I remember he would go home and even hop on his own stream to address how the Mafia-thon is going.
Yep.
So he's literally, I think he was saying he probably was getting maybe 2, maybe 3 hours of sleep.
Yep.
A day.
Hey. And that's a certain level of, like you say, a hustle culture that's now like in a newer generation of streamers or influencers and things like that, to where you got to make sure you post this many times. You got to make sure you do this all the time, because no one's going to see the stuff that you're doing.
Exactly.
If you don't do it. Exactly.
So and that's why, like, when you talk to like the baby boomers and what's the generation before us? Not Gen X. Is it X?
Is it millennial?
We're millennials.
Oh.
I know it goes baby, but anyway, the older folks compared to us.
Maybe it is X.
I think it is X too. But the older folks compared to us, they look at like, oh, you want to be a YouTuber? You want to be a streamer?
Yeah.
You want to be a gamer?
All these
but like, bro, to be a successful gamer is no different than all right, it is levels. Like going to law school, going to fucking med school.
Yeah.
Yes, that is some hard stuff.
Yeah.
But streaming, YouTubing, all of that stuff is just as hard, because like you said, you're competing with the algorithm.
Yeah.
You're competing with Payola, the people who pay to play.
Yeah.
And if you're a person that just wants to get organic reach, bro, that comes with time and equity.
Yeah. Or at least something that somebody wants to watch or be, digest.
This what we're doing right now. Look. This isn't my main bag, but this is something that this is hustle. Yeah. This is hustling for me.
Yeah.
Like, this is, bro, and we talk off pod all the time. Like, I have a lot of hard days where I'm just like, bro, this is like, we're right there, but it's missing something.
Right.
And you're like, bro, I think you're fine. I'm like, no, it's missing something. And I'm not going to let it go until I figure out what is missing.
Yeah, because it's probably right
there. Yeah, like, how do we deliver more content? How do we get more reach? How do we put ourselves in spaces, when we go to, like, Podfest or, pop-up shops or whatever? Like, how do we grow?
Literally.
Like, my brain is thinking about that around the clock, all while still having a job, all while still having a wife, all while still having a kid.
Absolutely.
Kids who have sporting events, dance recitals, birthday parties to go to.
Name it.
You know what I mean? Like, it's tough. So that's why I'm saying, like, you really have to have, one, the right people around you to be able to support that.
Right. And
yeah. And so with Kai, and before I turn up, my bad, with Kai, like, even though there was highs and lows during that Mafia-thon, you can tell that, the people that's around him, they're all like-minded.
Yeah.
And it happens. People can fall off the wagon. It happens. You can't 100%. Stay locked in and consistent.
Yeah.
100% of the time. But like, it takes a real person to be like, yo, man, you kind of off your rocker a little bit.
Hey.
Come on. What they say, tighten up. Lock in.
Literally.
Lock in.
Literally lock in.
So, yeah, man, that's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I would say, like, probably not less of the toxic, but it is about how you manage it.
Mm-hmm.
How do you manage, those things that are needed to succeed?
Yeah.
In a hustle culture, because there's a form of hustle, I think, in everything that we do, whether we notice it or not, as people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things we put our focus in. There's a lot of things like, hey, I gotta, keep going at this, in order, or be present for this or this person, maybe even if you have that in your, bandwidth to do that. Where it's just like, there's a hustle in a lot of things that really require it. And it is, pretty much how we manage it, to ensure that, it's getting the right amount of time.
Nah, facts. Nah, so hey, to all my hustlers, man, like, hey, keep hustling. Hustling.